place where cryptocurrencies can be bought and sold for other coins and tokens is called a cryptocurrency exchange. There are many different cryptocurrency exchanges which vary massively in the range of coins that they offer, as well as their fee structure and deposit and withdrawal procedures. Therefore, it's very important that you do your due diligence and sufficiently research which exchanges you can trust to be best for your purposes before you deposit funds. Unfortunately, many exchanges don't currently offer the option to buy cryptocurrencies using fiat currency. For those of you that don't know, fiat currency is the paper currency we currently use, such as dollars, euros and pounds. The exchanges that do offer the option to buy with fiat currencies may have high deposit thresholds, such as Bitfinex, which requires you to deposit the equivalent of 10,000 US dollars into your account before you can trade. Or, alternatively, they have a strict verification process which can take a number of weeks to process. As well as this, fees are often higher with direct fiat purchases. Therefore, the method that I'm going to take you through we feel is the simplest way for people who are new to the markets or have limited capital to buy cryptocurrencies at the same time as minimizing fees. Firstly, cryptocurrencies are digital assets, and as the market is decentralized and currently unregulated, each person is essentially responsible for their own coins. Therefore, you'll need a method of storing these coins, and you do this using a digital wallet. Exchanges have their own digital wallets built in, but given the various problems that some exchanges have experienced in the past with being hacked, etc., it's not advised to store your coins on the exchange, because if they are lost, there's very little you can do to get them back. I advise one of two options, and that's either going online and downloading a free desktop wallet, which is simple enough to use and usually have easily accessible instructional guides. So here's an example of one online wallet called My Ether Wallet, and then we also have Electrum, which is another one, and Exodus here. These are just some examples of the many desktop wallets that are out there, and I'll also put some suggestions for wallets in the descriptions. Alternatively, for more secure storage of your coins, you should use a hardware wallet such as a Nano Ledger S, which you can buy for around €95 from their website. I wouldn't go off buying second-hand Nano Ledger S's because there's a security issue that comes into it. So only go to this website here to buy your ledger. If you do have any considerable amount of coins, then I'd strongly advise that you invest in one of these, as they are currently the most secure way to store cryptocurrencies, known as cold storage. Otherwise, it'd be like buying an expensive diamond and storing it in a cardboard box you found in the recycling. It's really a no-brainer, people. Please keep your coins safe. Right, so once you have your digital wallet set up, then you're ready to buy your digital coins from the exchange. The method that I'm going to show you involves using Coinbase, which is one of the most popular and reputable exchanges currently available. Coinbase has great usability, especially for people who are new to the market, because it's very straightforward and easy to understand. It's also very accessible with both online and mobile applications. Accounts are generally set up and ready to use on the same day. One problem that you might find with Coinbase is that they currently only offer a very limited amount of coins. However, they list the 3 original or generally the most accessible coins that are Bitcoin, Ethereum and Litecoin. And these coins are sufficient for our purposes. The reason that so few coins are listed on Coinbase is because of their strict policy and their company objectives to be one of, if not the most trusted exchange in the market. Therefore, they consider if a coin is maximally safe and secure whilst also being completely decentralized. This is where coins such as XRP can run into problems, and it's not likely to get listed on Coinbase anytime soon. Without going off topic too much, there's also the argument of XRP being classed as a security, which seems to have scared some exchanges away from listing the new asset. However, Ripple are currently working hard in rebranding with the intention of separating themselves from XRP, thus diminishing the argument completely that XRP is a security. So there's no reason why it shouldn't be listed on these exchanges. Now on Coinbase, there are two main methods to fund your account, and that's instant buy and wire transfer. There isn't currently any option for GBP wires yet. So if you are in the UK and you don't have a Euro bank account, then you'll have to process an international wire transfer as euros. This will incur a bank fee, but these will usually be less than £25 per transaction and can be processed into your Coinbase account as fast as the next working day. This is compared to the 3.99% fee incurred by using the instant buy option. As an example, a £5,000 investment would incur fees of approximately £200 compared to £25 fees incurred by using the wire transfer. As well as this, Coinbase have weekly limits which vary from account to account, but may start as low as £100 to £500, which is very restrictive for those who want to invest in the thousands. There are still limits on the wire transfers, but these tend to be significantly higher. For instance, if your instant buy limit is £1,000 per week, your wire limit will be more like £10,000 per week. At this point, it's worth saying that if you're rushing to invest and feel that you cannot afford to wait for the wire transfer to land in your account in 1 to 2 working days, forcing you to instant buy, then it's really worth considering whether you're sure about what you're investing in. In the world of investing, this urgency to enter the market is known as fear of missing out, or FOMO for short, and it causes us to make irrational decisions due to a form of anxiety where you're afraid that the price is going to shoot off and you're going to miss the boat as such. It heavily involves our emotions into our investment decisions, and I can almost guarantee that any person who is investing in this manner will enter a downward spiral of constantly monitoring the price of their portfolio and stressing themselves when they are even a few pounds down. And I can assure you that this is not the correct way to invest. If you feel that you'd be able to relate to this, then it would not be wise for you to enter the cryptocurrency market or any other investment for that matter. Now, with that aside, let's move on. For the purposes of this video for speed, I've already wired euros into my account, as you can see here in my Euro wallet. But this process is pretty straightforward, and each bank provides their instructions on how to do this. To get the details of the destination for the wire, click on the deposit button under the Euro wire method. You'll have to enter your details here, press continue, and it'll come up with the full details of what you need to do. For example, a BIC, IBAN, and bank details. So once funds have reached your Coinbase account, the next step is to change your euros into one of the cryptocurrencies listed on Coinbase. So that's either Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. To do this at current market price using euros, Coinbase would charge 1.5%, I believe. This means that on a 5k investment, you would get charged £75. To avoid this, you can use Coinbase's exchange platform, GDAX. Now this interface might look slightly more daunting to some users, but I can assure you that it's actually very simple to use. What you want to do is log in using your Coinbase credentials, and then go to the top right corner up here and click on Accounts. From here, go to where it says Euro account down the left hand side here, and click on the down arrow which represents deposit. Then click on Coinbase account. Here you can see your total euro balance that we put into your Coinbase account, and we'd enter the amount that we want to transfer. So in this case, I'm going to transfer the whole amount, 24. So we enter that and press deposit funds. This should be pretty much instant, and as you can see, the euro account has now gone up to 6955.79. Now simply click on the trade view button up here in the top left, and then ensure ETH EUR is selected from this drop down menu, that represents Ethereum to euros. So I'll be buying Ethereum with my euros. If I had my wire in dollars, I'd select Ethereum dollars. Personally, I use Ethereum as it tends to be much quicker and has smaller transaction fees than Bitcoin. But otherwise, you could choose any of the coins listed. For example, if you wanted to buy Bitcoin, you could buy it here, or Litecoin, similarly down here. So there we go. As you can see, my euro balance is also shown here, and as is my current Ethereum balance, which I've just got a bit of spare left in the account. So to purchase Ethereum without fees, you have to click on where it says limit down here and select, make sure it says buy. In the box where it says limit price, you need to type in a price which is just below the market price, which is currently 515.60. I believe this has to be at least 50 cents below the market price. So if we put that 515.10, so as price comes down, it will hit that price and then we'll enter the market and we would have bought our coins. Now you need to specify how much Ethereum you want to buy at this price. You can work this out on a calculator by dividing the amount of euros you want to exchange by the limit price. So the amount of euros is 6,955.78 and the limit price is £515.10. So that gives us 13.5037. So if I put that in here, it's 13.5307. And this calculator down here also helps you to see how much euros you're exchanging. So obviously, as you can see, this is slightly above what the euros that are in my account, so I'll have to adjust that slightly. If I take that down to 500, then yeah, you can see it's come down. You don't have to use a calculator, you can just keep inputting values until you get to the right amount down here, but it's just the method I use for speed. Now it's important that you click post only, which will help you avoid another fee known as the taker fee. Now you can go ahead and click place buy order. Price has come up slightly. I'm gonna leave it there. So place buy order, and there we go. So this will buy my coins as the price comes back to the level I bought in at 5.15 So as the cryptocurrency markets are generally quite volatile, then it's likely that this will be filled before the markets carry on going off. In the unlikely event that the markets do continue to go upside from here, then we'll just have to come back in maybe an hour or so, reassess, and see if we can find another place just below the market to put it. But I'm quite confident that it'll come back down to test that 515 region. Back now, and as you can see, the order has filled and the Ethereum's back in the account up here. It did take a little longer than expected, but it only took a couple of hours, so it's not too bad. As I said, the price did drop back down again and filled my order. So now the final part of this process is to show you how to take your Ethereum and change it for alternative cryptocurrencies or tokens. If you only wanted Ethereum, Bitcoin or Litecoin, then you can withdraw the coins at this point to your external wallet using this here. Which case you would press ETH address and fill in these details here. I'll show you how to do that in a second anyway. Otherwise, you'll need to transfer your cryptocurrencies into another exchange so you can buy a different coin. I'm going to show you how to do this using Binance. Binance is a reputable exchange that offers about 132 different tokens, which is one of the largest ranges offered by any broker. To get signed up and verified on Binance, it's usually quite quick and relatively easy, and once you are, you can go ahead and deposit your ETH from GDAX. To do this, click on the Funds tab up here and go to Balances. Then what you want to do is find Ethereum from this list of all cryptos that they offer. It's likely to be near the top, and press over here where it says deposit. Again, I seem to have just a few random cryptos floating around in here. Not too sure why. I don't use Binance that often, but for the purposes of the video, I thought it's quite easy to use, easy to get set up. So yeah, click deposit, and then what you want to do is copy this address that comes up here. Just press that button and it confirms that it's copied, and it's very important that you get this correct. So if you go back to GDAX now, and you can either press that withdrawal button there, or you can go back to accounts where we deposited euros initially and go to ETH and click withdraw, the up arrow this time. So ETH address, the address paste from that wallet, and the amount will be the total amount in the account. So it was 13, actually, let's double check that one. 1355. I think it's a little bit less than that. Okay. If we put 1355 in, it'll probably say we don't have enough in the account. So let's try it. So yeah, this is a security precaution that GDAX use. It's two-factor authentication. So when you sign up to Coinbase, you'll have to link your phone, and then any kind of important account change on your account, any withdrawal, for example, any change of details or security, then you'll have to request them to send you a message, and then you'll input this just to kind of prove that it's you. You can also do it through Google Authenticator, which is an app that generates codes on your phone, and yeah, it's just again another method of security. Right, yeah, so it says insufficient funds, so we're gonna have to drop that down, put 13.54, and then we're gonna have to redo the code. Which is Right, okay. So there we go. That's been sent now. And see, there's just a minimal amount of ETH in my account now. It's less than 0.01. You could attempt, I think they allow you to send up to 1,000th or 10,000th of a decimal in ETH, but I'm just going to leave that in there for now. Yeah, you can try and get as much sent over as possible. Yeah, so over here, when your Ethereum will land in your account, it will show up over here. And they have to wait for, they wait for 30 network confirmations. So, I mean, the length of time really varies based on how busy the network is, and but the transaction will likely be confirmed quicker at night when there's fewer people using the network. Now, this is because Ethereum blockchain is currently limited to approximately 15 transactions per second, which is a problem with scalability, as Oscar mentioned earlier. However, with continuing development on Ethereum, they will soon use a second layer solution which will increase the transaction capacity per second by as much as 10,000 times. So we may see this development as early as kind of late 2018. So we are in a real crucial time now. But yeah, we'll just wait for this to land in the account and then be back. Alright guys, so as you can see, the Ether has been deposited in my account and that's all completed. That took no longer than 10 minutes. I've heard people saying that they've tried to deposit Bitcoin before and it's taken 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even longer than a couple of hours. So that's the reason I use Ether. Now this isn't a fault on Binance's behalf. It's more likely, well, not always, but it's more likely that it's the network and the backlog of orders on the blockchain. So now once the Ether is in your account, go to exchange and select basic. Now there's not a massive amount of difference between the basic and advanced interfaces, but most people find the basic much easier to understand and to navigate. But having said that, I'm sure this looks quite daunting to quite a few people. But what you want to do is go over to this right hand menu here and select your base currency from your right, so the currency that you've just deposited into your account. In our case it's Ether, but if you deposited Bitcoin you'd click BTC, and similarly if you deposited Tether you'd click here. Now like I said, Binance don't currently offer fiat deposits, so that's why there's no option for Euro, USD or GBP. The closest thing is the cryptocurrency equivalent to the dollar. Well, supposedly the cryptocurrency equivalent to the dollar, which is USD Tether, but I'm not going to go into that too much now because that's for a different day. So we'll click on ETH and that'll bring up all the pairs that Binance offers for trading with ETH. Everything, all the coins you can buy with ETH. Now one thing you'll have to take into account is fees. Unfortunately, there's very little or nothing you can do to avoid fees at this point. Regardless of what exchange you use, where you buy your coins from, you will almost definitely have to pay fees. Now, unlike GDAX, Binance charges the same fees regardless. It's a flat fee of 0.1%. Yeah, it says here 0.1%, and that's regardless of the type of order that you use. So you don't have to worry about playing around with limit orders unless you have a specific price in mind that you want price to come back to. However, I wouldn't advise holding limit orders for an extensive period of time in this market, because given the volatility in such an infantile market, the market conditions may be very different week to week or even day to day. So you can use market order here. Now, as I said, there's going to be fees, and this will either be deducted automatically from the balance of your receivable coins. So the chart we've got up here is XRP. So if you bought XRP, Binance would, what they do is they use a conversion rate with their own coin, which is called BNB. You can see up here. They change it to BNB, and then they deduct the fee from the BNB, or they take the fee in that. So in this case, you'll be charged 0.1%, which is equivalent to approximately £50 for a £5,000 buy-in. However, there is another way to pay fees, and as you can see up here, it says it halves the price. So instead of paying 0.1% fee, you'll pay 0.05% fee. And to do this, you have to purchase the Binance coin, or BNB, first. So therefore, you'll only be charged more like £25 on a £5,000 buy-in instead of £50. So to do this, you have to click on the Ether up here, because that's what's in our account, and either scroll or use the search bar and type in BNB. So it's sensible to work out how much BNB you'll need before purchasing to save you buying massive amounts of an otherwise useless coin. So because currently it can pretty much only be used on Binance for this purpose, to pay fees. So as an approximate measure, multiply your Ether balance up here by 0.05%, which will give you the cost of the fee in ETH. So that's about 0.00677. Now, to determine how much this is in BNB, or Binance coin, you'll divide this number by the current market price. So the market price is up here, 0.027180, and that gives us an amount of BNB which is 0.2493. Obviously, as you can see, Binance are a bit funny about their decimal places. So, for example, here they only allow 2 decimal places. So we're gonna have to round that up to 0.25. Now I've already got some BNB floating around in my account, I believe. So I'm not gonna buy any more for now. Yeah, as you can see, I've got almost 0.5 BNB, and that's just there to as like a buffer if ever I want to buy some coins quickly. I don't have to worry faffing around with buying the Binance coin. Just save myself a little bit on fees. But as you can see, you don't need massive amounts of the Binance coin. It's obviously I deposited over 6,000 euros, and I need less than 0.3 of a coin to pay for those fees. So the last thing you need to do with regards to fees is go into your account up here, and you'll be met with a screen that looks like this, and along the top you'll have to select on the slider that says using BNB to pay for fees. That's relatively straightforward, but if you don't do that, then you will be paying the 0.1% fee instead of the 0.05%. So anyway, let's get back to using the search bar now to find the coin that we want to buy. So I'm gonna start by I'm just going to buy the 2 coins that Oscar took you through earlier in the video, and I'm going to start with XRP. So bring up the chart for XRP ETH. And if you want to invest in multiple coins, it's a good idea to note down how much ETH you have in total and decide how you're going to diversify that first. So I'm just going to go straight down the middle with XRP and our secondary coin, Enigma. So our total balance is 13.5400999. We'll divide that by 2. So for each coin that I'm buying, I want to spend about 6.77 ETH. Otherwise, if you're just going to buy, say for example, just Ripple or just XRP, you'll just take the whole ETH balance here and use that to buy in. So we'll select market. Right, now you to calculate how much XRP you need, you do it in the same way as we were calculating BNB. So you'll take either the amount that you calculated, which for me is 6.77, or this amount here if you're using all of it, and divide it by the price in XRP. So for me, it's 6.77 divided by 0.0011243, because that's the market price right here. And with that, we can get around 6,000 XRP. Binance only currently allows whole purchases of XRP. I'm not quite sure why that is. So you'll have to just round it. Well, you'll have to run it down to the nearest whole integer. I mean, with price being so low, it's not such an issue. It might mean that you just got a little bit of spare ETH or floating around in your account, and I'm sure that as the price increases, that'll increase how much you can buy or how much you can use. For example, the coins that are a little bit more expensive, they allow some more decimal places, but as XRP is less than $1, I think it's around 60 cents, 65 cents today, then they only allow whole numbers. Right, so obviously we've now input how much XRP we want. We've input we've bought our BNB coins to pay the fee, and that's everything. So all you have to do now is press buy. Now these there you go, there's a little confirmation there, order submitted. Now like I said, I'm gonna buy I'm also gonna buy another coin, which is Enigma, ENG. So I'm gonna pull up the chart for that, and I'm going to do the same thing again. So ETH that I have left, I've got 6.75291,574. I'm going to divide that by the ENG market price up here, which is currently at 0.003458, and that's obviously in Ether. So the market price of ENG is significantly higher than the market price of XRP, sitting at around $2 compared to XRP sitting around 65 cents. So you will be able to get significantly less ENG for the same amount in ETH, but this isn't a problem. It shows you the max amount down here, and it's 1,961 ENG. Then press buy ENG, and occasionally there is a bug in the system which comes up with insufficient balance, even though, as you can see, it's telling me that that is the maximum I can buy. So all we'll do is we'll just set a limit order, and we'll set it slightly below the current value. Set it at 0.4, the amount 1963, and press buy. Right, order submitted. Let's go over to orders, and this will work in the same way as it does for GDAX, as we did earlier. So when price comes down and hits this level, 0.00344, the ENG will be deposited into my account, or once 100% of the order is filled, the ENG will be deposited in my account. So so when price comes back down, it's currently at 34425 still. It's just got that little 25 to drop off, and then my order will start to fill. Shouldn't take too long, but I'll move on to the final part. So if you go over to the balances page that we were on earlier, you'll now be able to see all of the coins in our account. So there's the 6,000 Ripple, the 6,000 XRP, sorry, that we put in earlier. Now all there is to do is to withdraw this amount. Like as I said earlier, you don't want to keep a significant amount of coins on an exchange, because in the past they have been liable to be hacked and lose coins, and there's very little you can do to get that back. So what you want to do is go over to withdrawal, and then from whichever wallet provider you've got, whether it's Ledger, whether it's Rippex, desktop wallet, whatever your wallet is, make sure you input that correctly, completely into there. Like again, if your wallet address isn't copied exactly, then you may again lose your coins. If they go to someone else, there's no way of getting those coins back, because it is decentralized. No one party can pull them back, because once they've gone through the system, once they're on the network, then that's them coins gone. So occasionally you need a withdrawal tag. Make sure you put that in correctly also, and type in how much you want to send. So it'll normally be the whole amount, and it will also tell you current transaction fee for sending that amount. With XRP, it tends to be very low. So the last thing to do is click submit, and once you click submit, you'll receive an email asking you to confirm the withdrawal as a security precaution, and once you do this, your withdrawal will be automatically processed. The amount of time this takes will depend again on the specific cryptocurrency you're trying to withdraw, as well as current network speeds, but it should be within the same day. So all there is to do then is hold your cryptos in your wallet, sit on your hands, and wait for the markets to take off. I can assure you we're in for a crazy ride in the coming months and years. And even over here at Insidefx, we've got loads of exciting new things to show you guys, loads of exciting new content to put out there. So thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Telegram, Instagram and Twitter for the chance to win a free membership for life. All of the links will be in the description to this video, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it's been loads of information for you guys. I'd love to hear your feedback, so just drop us a comment or DM us on social media and we'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, guys.